This is Chief Apostle Samuel the Jr. I'm the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. I'm out here at the cemetery. As you know, if this is your first time in my life, I am a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries and my rising sign is Pisces. I want to share some things with you guys, especially if you've been following me and you want to be a part of what we're doing here at Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. To each and every one of you guys that claim that you want to practice real magic, real spirituality, you want to understand your ancestry and how that is how is that applied to working with your eguns or your muertos or whatever terminology we use for the dead. I am a natural born necromancer. And I want to share this with you guys because I've been doing magic since I was a child. I am 51 years of age. In honor of my Fedifun, Oya, my head Orisha, my Fedifun Bablu Aye, and also to my Padrino, to my Madrina, to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo. And to all of the ATRs that are out there, Hoodoo, Voodoo, and what's up? What's up there? Yeah, I'm in a cemetery. What's up there, Keish? What's up there, Cassandra? What's up, my Capricorn? Shamari, my Cancer. Sasha Fields in the house. To each and every one of you guys, I'm out here in the cemetery. What's up there, Boaz? What's up there? How your ass doing, Bo? And so, what's up, my 69? Even in the cemetery, I'm being a mess. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys for following me and the support. I got some of you guys, some of you guys sent cash apps for incense burning. I'm going to take care of that. Also, the candle work, I'm going to take care of that as well. It's at the church, so I got to light those. What's up, Royal Ortiz? I'm dedicated to this. I'm right now. I'm actually I can actually show you guys. I got to remember how I did that. Nope, that ain't it. I had did that before. Oh, there it is. My bad. But I'm out here. Give y'all a tip. I'm taking care of Minister Mario's grave. I redid the flower bed, putting out flowers for his grave, and got because we're gonna soon get his stone head, his graveyard plaque done, and so he'll be having that done. Momentarily, I got my taxes done, so I'm gonna take that money and get his grave done. So the reason why I wanted to come on here, Key said church was good today. All right. I had Chloe, Minister Mario's daughter. She had a play at church, not church, at school, and it was from April 18th to 22nd. So she had already called me. It's like, you coming? I'm gonna be able to make it to your show. I didn't know the show was gonna be that long, but I had to leave church early in order to get there for her. And so when I got there, it was a first act and a second act, and I mean, she did a really, really good job. I was really proud of her. She had already told me she wanted her some roses, so I got her some pink roses and I wore this shirt for her because she liked pink. And so I'm Sagittarius. I'm festive. So I took that and gave her some money to she wanted to go out with her classmates, and so I gave her some money for that. But I want to share something with you guys because y'all know, as above so below, this is still Leo energy. My Cassandra said church service was on point. All right there. What's up there? Wow, my Fedi Funo Shun. So and I want to say this, and I because this is really, really important for somebody that's a necromancer, dealing with the dead, dealing with the eguns and stuff like that. And many of you guys have been riding with us, supporting us, and I need y'all to know from a place why this stuff, all these teaching, these classes are so important. Because when you're going through something, a lot of times nobody gonna understand what you're dealing with or how you feel about a thing but you. Like, I'm just being real with you. I don't care how close somebody is, they not in your body. You know what I'm saying? Only people know what's going on with me is the spirits inside my body. Everybody else is speculating. You understand? Like this, I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm a Sag, Moon in Aries, rising sign Pisces. No matter how close me and Mr. Mario I went inside his body. And so he was going through that. And so you have to make decisions based off of where you are and what's going on in your life. And I want to say this. My subject is accessible by grace. When I say this, I'm not trying to be condescending. So please, sir and man, don't take it like that. But it's just the truth. Accessible by grace. And what I mean by that is a lot of people I am a rarity when it comes to Isaiah 10 and 27. I'm a rarity. I already know that. They go my Natasha Foster, my Aquarius. They go aphrodisiac in the cemetery. You know you got to be a bad girl that get somebody aroused in the cemetery where the dead at. Natasha said, not only I can raise the dead, I can raise the phallus. Praise God. Thank God for your anointing. So I was thinking about this and I said, accessible by grace. And what I mean by that is a lot of the people that have access to me outside of church would have never, ever had access to me. I'm going to say this again. If it wasn't for that I was a pastor and I was an apostle, a lot of people that have taken advantage of these situations and circumstances would never have had access unto me. A lot of people have had the opportunities of having accessibility to my anointing and my skill set is because of my dedication and commitment to God in the church world. And a lot of people have got a form of entitlement. I'm actually going to walk over here to my dad's grave. So a lot of people keep forgetting. And the same thing happened with Mary and Martha when Jesus came by their house. The idea that you don't see it as like this is a grace. What's up, Leo, in the house? This is a grace when you have the opportunity, even through our social media, is a grace because guess what? We don't live in the same city. We don't live around each other. And because of social media and this platform, you have had an accessibility to an anointing that has brought change into your life. This is why this stuff is so important, and to understand and say, you know what? I need to capitalize on this situation because accessibility is a grace. It's not a guarantee. It's not everlasting. I don't know, because the story did not tell how long Jesus was at Mary and Martha's house. But what the story did tell me is that Martha was about the foolishness. She was about cooking and cleaning and preparation. Mary understood that I have an accessibility to sit at the foot of Jesus. I don't know if he's going to be here for 5 minutes. I don't know if he's going to be here for 15 minutes. I don't know if he's going to be here for an hour or 2 hours or whatever. But whatever time, whatever dwelling time, whatever hang time that I have this accessibility, I am going to sit at the foot of Jesus. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? I am going to sit at the foot. The grace of accessibility. I did not know how long I was going to have my spiritual dad with me, but I learned so much. And even now at 51, I am still pulling off of that access that I had with him, not only in his business, not only in his spirituality, but going to his home, being around him. The idea that I'm transparent enough on social media that many of you guys get to see certain aspects of my life. That's a grace, because you got to live a life. Oh, might walk by people too. You got to live a life where people, even through social media, can have a certain accessibility to you, to learn from you, to grow from you, to develop from you, to gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. A lot of you guys that don't realize that people before you were sowing seeds. This is why you should always want to support a certain platform that gives you accessibility to a knowledge of wisdom, understanding, where it may be where you don't have to be rich, but what you contribute also helps other people have accessibility. Because when the truth be told, when you're trying to grow and you're trying to develop, you need a channel by which you can get that information confirmed or you get that information debunked. You understand? Because sometimes you think you're doing something right and then you hear the truth and you say, oh my God, I didn't know I was doing that wrong, but now I can make correction. That is the accessibility. I think that was a bird. I am at the cemetery though. Hold on. When you're not a smoker, I smoke over here with my dad. Oh, there you go. That's why I'm a candy licker, not a phallus sucker, cause hey, you got to get in where you fit in. I got to relight this. Let me tell y'all something. It is so many people and so many of you guys that have made it possible not only for me to be accessible to you, but you accessible to me. And it's a grace. Everybody's helping hand. Everybody's, what's someone say this? Everybody's contribution. A lot of times we feel like, you know what, I don't have a lot. No, whatever you do gives other people that may not even have finances, that may just only got enough to pay for their internet or their connection to social media. But now they got faith to believe God to do more and more things. And now all of a sudden they buy incense off the platform, because accessibility is not guaranteed. That's why I titled it Grace, because it's undeserved favor. When you take accessibility for granted, then you don't benefit. See, this is what I mean by Martha. You made time. When you had accessibility to Yahshua, you made time to clean, you made time to cook, but you didn't take time to receive. And baby, that's the whole purpose of Yahshua coming to the house. The whole purpose of the anointing falling in your space. The whole purpose of you sitting up under the shadows of the Almighty. Why are you finding other things to do when you have access at this particular time? When people say, Apostle Ely, why didn't you come on yourself? I miss you and stuff like that. Because they understand that daily bread makes your life better. That insight, that wisdom that you are sharing that I didn't get from home, that wisdom that you're sharing that I didn't get from the church. I done gave my tithe, I done gave offering, I done helped them building fund, but they did not give me the food that you feeding me. And I thank God for this accessibility. Because it's by the grace of God, the divine mother and the divine father. The things that you have learned about your ancestors, the things that you've had opportunity, whether you're an Ifa, voodoo, Santeria, knowing what real energy, real magic, real manifestation, that you're no longer out here stumbling in the dark, that somebody's shining the light so you can say, you know what? Oh, I'm glad I'm a Gemini. Oh, I'm glad I'm a Cancer. Oh, I'm glad that I'm a Sagittarius. I'm glad I'm an Aquarius. I'm no longer walking in ignorance of my energy, my chi, and my prana. And no matter whether I'm a Christian, whether I'm an Ifa or voodoo or Santeria or OB or conjure or mystic or Ajay, let me tell y'all something. I understand the power and the gratitude of my accessibility to the spirit world, because as I have gone forth and looked around, everybody ain't got it. Everybody don't have that. The spirit ain't with everybody like that. It just ain't. It's not there. The things that I had been able to accomplish because I had access, that was the grace of God. What's up, Linda Green? I'm reaching for my lighter. I'm over here by my dad. Let me sit down. Here's my daddy, so I'm junior, he's senior. Sit on his grave so I can talk. So when I say this, guys, I'm not saying this out of trying to be funny, but we need to take it as a privilege and an honor that people like me met people like you that understood the value of having a certain access. People that have truly lost access or don't have access, they understand how different life is when you don't have access. Maximum. Hey, daddy. Honey, honey, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but you can't call me daddy unless I'm sticking. Either only two people can call me daddy is somebody I got my wood went in, or they came out of my wood. Other than that, don't be calling me dad. I ain't had it. Amen, Chief. When you ain't had access to wisdom, examples, when you have not had access to people that teach you about finances, when you not had access to people to teach you how to deal with pressures and stresses of life, how to have to enjoy life and not be existing but actually living, stop hating on yourself because of what somebody else said or done. Like, everybody don't have that. I'm smoking a cigar at my father. I'm sitting on my father's grave, if you just want to know. But this the good stuff. This a Cuban cigar. Only the best for the Egoons. Let me tell y'all something. My dad was a fighter, physical fighter, and he would shoot you, cut you. He was not none to be played up with. And my dad wasn't even, I'm taller than my dad. Like, I've always had a fear of my father. Even when I was grown, I wouldn't even look at my dad in the face. Tell you the truth. My oldest son is the one that really bonded me and my dad before he passed, because I was scared to talk to my dad. I ain't scared of a lot of things, but my dad, I was scared of him. And my oldest son is the one that told me, he said, you and granddaddy got the same energy. Ain't cigars sinful in Christianity? I don't know. It all depends on what church you was in that taught you about cigars. Since I'm an African American that believe in the ATRs that is in the Christian church, I don't know. I said in the beginning of my live that I pray. What's up there, my Fetty Foon Oshun? What's up there, my Madam Oshun? It is so important that if you get the opportunity to have access to certain people, that you value that access and take it as a grace, because it's not guaranteed. It is also not meaning that just because you have access today that you will have access tomorrow. Somebody don't have to die. That based off how you behave with the assets that you have determines whether you're going to continue with that access. And that's also spiritually. How you handle spirits, your ancestors, your eguns, your moretos, your godfather, your god. Like, you can either carry yourself in a way that you gain more access to those individuals, or you can turn around and gain and lose the assets you got, or get limited. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how it is when you don't pay your bill, they restrict, they suspend your connectivity. You understand? We ain't finna play crazy out here. You know, you can still have a signal, but you don't have access to the internet. You understand? Because you ain't paid your bill. Before they actually cut it off, they'll block the signal to give you opportunity to get that signal clear. That's when we talk about cleansing. This is why when I tell you guys about social skills and life skills, if you make a mistake, even if it's not a mistake, learn how to repair relationships. Learn how to repair relationships so you have access. Don't be the type of person that you just tear up relationship, burn down bridges, and you can never have access to that bridge again. That is so unhealthy. I'm talking about whether you are a client. I'm talking about whether you are Tata, Mumble, or Hugon. There's certain relationships that if they don't have to be totally cut off, then you don't need to cut them off. People need to stop making up church rules on bylaws. Tobacco is tobacco, rather out of the pipe or paper or one's choice. But is an incense that is exactly. But you know what? This is the thing about Christianity. There's a few things I don't care for when it comes to Christianity. And it's really dogma. It ain't really the actual true Christianity. So a lot of people don't realize that a lot of dogma of other people, man's teachings, have been implemented in spiritual practices. So therefore, it is dominated in Christianity more so in any other religion. Man's hand is in all religions, but more so in Christianity than any other religion. And so therefore, a lot of time it ain't really about spirit in Christianity as it is in what man thinks or believes. Okay, so you got to be able to rightly divide the word of truth. In your church, you may not wear makeup, and you got somebody in one church, Christian church, don't wear makeup. Somebody else do wear makeup, and both of them sick, and then neither one of them getting healed. So what is the point? Everyone is chasing after the tail of dogma. You know why? Because the purpose of the age of Aquarius, and I'm gonna give y'all some wisdom. The age of Aquarius is about individuality, having your own mind. This monkey see, monkey do attitude, that's all dogma. Trying to blend in, trying to be like everybody else. I am not interested. I didn't come to this earth plane to be like nobody. I am an authentic, original energy, frequency, and vibration, energy signature. I come here to manifest in this lifetime what I'm here to do. I'm not here to mimic and be like anybody else, because there is nobody for me to be like, because I don't have their energy. I don't have their destiny. I don't have their experience. You know what I'm saying? I want us to understand, like, some of y'all losing access to your own energy and your own air goons because you so busy trying to emulate somebody else's style and how they do things, when you should be operating your own gift, talent, and ability, so you can have access to your energy, to your frequency, to your vibration. Because I'm a flow in mine. If you ain't figured it out now, I don't give a damn what other people think. Like, I really don't. Apostle was so drained yesterday he had to pull over while we were all living our lives. I felt so bad because he really were. Keish was on the I was texting her, like, I literally, after doing that graveyard ceremony, like, I was fine once I left the cemetery, and I was leaving out of Miami, and my energy, like, them spirits was pulling, and I literally started getting the drops. Like, I had to pull over. I called my sister. I was like, I'm just so drained. Like, that work of asking the spirits to do XYZ and stuff like that. And this is so real. The arche, the energy. And my thing is, when people don't appreciate, and that's what I'm saying to my baby Scorpio, like, I appreciate when people know what I'm putting on. Why are you gay? Somebody, Illuminati 666 asked me, why am I gay? I have no other choice. Your daddy gives such good head, I can't help it. I mean, he swallowed balls and all. I mean, even as a man of God, how could I like, hey, it is what it is. Your father's gifted. Why turn down a good thing? I don't know. If your daddy didn't get so good head, I probably can do better, but he swallowed balls and all. So you just have to pray for me to be stronger. It is so much. It's so much of you. I thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, the trolls are annoying, but they give me some opportunity to roast them. Y'all know I be thinking all kind of stuff. I'm a Sagittarius. If you a Sagittarius out there, we don't need no paper. We don't need no script. We come right off the dome on your ace. We don't need no we don't need 2 or 3 minutes. Soon as we read, the word of the Lord comes. We be here for it. Yes, sir. Don't ask me that. Your daddy around here sucking more dick than Carla got liver pills. Who could resist? It's hard to resist a good head job. I don't care how strong in the Lord you is. Temptation is strong out here. To see you learn quick. Coming on here. Oh yeah, yes sir. And my North Node is in Capricorn. Y'all know I'm not with the shenanigans. So I say this, that it is so important that if you have good friends, if you have good associates, you have people of good information, to understand that access is a grace. I think that a lot of people feel entitled to their tatas, their mumbos, their hugans, vice versa, feeling entitled to your sheep, your godchildren, your spiritual children. Knowing that people as grown individuals, we are choosing to have those relationships and also offering those levels of access. And when I say I appreciate many of you guys because of y'all tuning in and making these lives to be what they are and giving me an opportunity to share my knowledge, my wisdom, understanding to the collective and to people all over this globe, and to have an opportunity to minister to people that I would not have access to. So a lot of times I truly believe that life is what you make it. You know, the internet is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? I just believe in that. And that's why I say the things that I say. It is an opportunity to actually watch somebody's journey. Like, I was born to do spiritual work. And I be sitting around, even in my church, looking at people like, how do you miss church? Like, like, for people to raise their kids up without a sense of a commitment to any entity. Like, you don't have to go to a church that is not good ground. You don't have to be in a certain elay. But being a part of a community is spirituality. It's magic all by itself. Being accountable. Like my padrino lives about 2.5 to 3 hours away. And let me tell you something. I have access to him. He says, son, call me anytime. I don't call him anytime, but I do call him. But I don't abuse my access to him, because when he sees my number, I want to make sure it ain't got a problem attached to it. A lot of times I call him or text him, I tell him to check his Zelle account. That's make your accessibility to your tata, your mambo, or your husband, your wife, where when they see your number or your text, they be like, let me check it out. But most time, everything attached to your texts or your phone calls or your interaction has to do with a problem. And after a while, that ain't sexy no more. And I believe in being sexy. Huh? I believe in people lighting up when I show up in an orgy. Huh? There's Mr. Goodbye. That's right. Now come and get these nuts. And this on a Sunday. So y'all know I'm feeling good. And to all of y'all don't know this about me, I ain't even a smoker. But for the religion, for the spirits, for the egoons, I don't drink. I don't do none of that stuff. But I do it for the spirit. Mother Susan and Minister Mario be talking about they be drinking for the ancestors. I said, y'all lying. Especially Mother Susan, you drinking for you. Mario, you don't drink half of a whole bottle, and then you gonna give them a shot glass. I don't see the balance. You got a Libra rising. I don't see the balance. What's up there, my RN? I stopped going to church after my brother was shot and killed. What did he got shot at the church? I'm trying to figure out. So let me tell y'all something. A lot of false teaching, y'all believe that God's supposed to be protecting y'all from certain things that you ain't never had a contract with. Like tell me, where did you get a divine, where did the heavens open and say, this is my beloved son or daughter, and who am I well pleased? I'm going to make sure that this don't happen to you and that don't. Like some of us be reading the Bible, assigning scriptures to our life that was not in the contract. That's like you going getting a car or getting a lease to a house or cars or a home, and then later on you be writing stuff in the contract that was not in the original contract. Like who told you that? Like, why y'all make church voodoo sanctuary about things that are happening? And whether certain things happen in your life because you did it or somebody did it to you. Things in life just happen. And a lot of times we just not prepared for a lot of stuff that go on, and then we don't know what our loved ones be out there doing. And I don't know your story. But I get so tired of people using, that's almost saying like, well, because my brother got shot, then you should stop breathing then. But you ain't gonna do that. And I'm not making any light of your brother being shot or killed. But life do go on. It's called a cycle of life. And a lot of because y'all don't learn spirituality. You won't sit up under somebody that actually lives spirituality. Life, I'm a child of the dead. Death is a part of life. It's a part of life cycles. And people have contracts of how they gonna leave here. That's what I had to accept about Minister Mario, because it wasn't the magic. Because I got mad with the spirit. I don't even front about it. Because I told God, I done seen you do way more miraculous things than what was going on with Mr. Mario. Like literally. I was doing that kind of work at 19 and 20 and 21. So I didn't think that his health situation was beyond my experience, because I have seen God move greater. But a lot of times people have a soul contract that they have, this is their path. And you and nobody else can change somebody's destiny. I don't care what you feel about them. I leave here just like they told me in my ETAR. You're leaving here when it's a sign for you to leave here. I can't even kill myself, because when I was younger, I tried to commit suicide. If I knew how good my wood was going to be in this lifetime, I wouldn't have done it then, but I ain't know no better. I was young. Listening at my mom and them and all that foolishness they were saying into my head. I almost missed out on a great sex life listening to their food. That's why I don't trust those words now. You almost made me miss out on some good tale listening at what you talking about. I almost all left here. Jesus. That's how it's important. Access to knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Oh my God, on today, y'all. Don't lose your access. Don't lose your opportunities of access. Well, I'm serious. When you look back over your life and the decisions you made based off of other people, you be like, thank you, Lord. Now, my auntie used to say it all the time, God be looking out for babies and food. She said she was a fool and a baby. The grace of God, some of y'all right now are traumatic about things that people have done to you. And when you really just take yourself out of the trauma of what you've been through and look at the person that did it to you, it'll change your perception. Sometimes it's meant for your parents not to be whatever it is in your life because of your destiny. They got a role to play. They agreed to those roles. Because I have become a great man of God because a lot of the bullshit that my mama done done. I have become a better father because of my relationship with my father, which in turn made me become a better spiritual father. So everything that works out for your good, even the stuff that you don't like. And I thank God. And guess what? When my father crossed over, I did not say. First, I got mad. I was like, I'm seeing everybody's spirit. Why this Negro ain't came to me? He done visit Mario. He done visit everybody else. But I'm your son. But you ain't visit me. But every Misa that I had going into my crown, my dad was right there. You don't judge people's love for you. That's not your job. You don't judge the role that they have to play in your life. That's not your job. Your job is to follow your path. However God chooses for people to play, there is no cross without no Judas. There's no hero without no villain. We live in duality down here. There's no evil without no good. There's no light without no darkness. Grow up. Huh? I wouldn't know I had good wood if it wasn't for bad wood. Thank you, Lord. I thank God for every lame dick man that's on this planet. Thank you. Thank you. You gave me access to some good wop. If it wasn't for y'all, because then I would be a regular. I would be like any other Joe Blow. But because there's duality, somebody got to be up, somebody got to be down. Somebody got to be a top, somebody got to be a bottom. I thank God for my role and my position in life. You understand? I could have been a broke spiritualist. I could have been a toothless spiritualist. But God saw fit at 51. You understand? You better start appreciating your assets for wherever you got assets that make your world go around, that make things good for you. You better thank God for that and realize it's grace. You ain't did nothing to earn that asset, but you can do something to lose it. And that's what's gonna make you a fool. Don't lose your assets. Cause guess what? I didn't lose access to Mario when he passed. I didn't lose access to my dad. I got my grandmother over here. I got some cousins over here. I got some uncles over here. And they still be riding for me. Some of them I ain't never even went to their house. But because I'm a child of the dead and I am bloodline, I have access. You understand? Death don't change love. My auntie was telling me, she said, I was my dad's love child. I had to learn what that was. And I'm like, we ain't even had no really good relationship. I'm his love child. But he was so in love with my mama, he couldn't fool with her. He was a cancer. Cancer believe in killing you. Because he told me. He said, when I broke up with your mom, I was looking for your mama to kill your mama. Look at God. I want to kill her a couple times too, but she my mama. But she don't probably want to kill me too. Murder is definitely in our blood. But I love him. That's right. I said top or bottom. Gay, straight, or bi. You ain't never heard a woman riding the top of a man? You ain't never heard a man being up on the bottom? Guess you ain't got no good wood then. It don't matter what your sexual orientation is. You gonna either be on the top or the bottom. Now some of y'all little nasty. Y'all be in the middle. But hey, I ain't here to judge you. Enjoy what you got. What's Linda Green saying? Y'all like, I used to get so tired of y'all with this self-righteous attitude. Like, what are you the authority on morality? Did you design morality? Did somewhere did God set aside and gave you the tablets to the Emerald City? Like, do you have access to the Akasha records or something that we don't know nothing about? That you are in a position to judge me? Alena Green said, "I love that. Death don't change love." No, child. When my grandma passed away, when my grandma's spirit left her body, that's when she really went to work. That's when she really went to work. I'm sorry, Daddy. Let me leave this here for him. You take care. Love you. You take care of your agoons the way you take care of yours. I take care. I'm very good to my spirits. I have access to them. They have access to me. They look out for me. To all of y'all that do the graveyard work with me, this is what all this is about. You know, this is where I do my thing. This is how things come to pass for me. And that's why I take it offense when somebody be messing with what I do, because you mess with my loved ones. People that ride for me to make sure that I'm able to overcome my trials and tribulations here on this earth plane. Because there's things that sometimes when your ancestors moving for you, you don't have to talk. When they see stuff, they intervene. They make things happen for you. They be looking out for you because they're in the spirit where they see stuff before it even get to you. That's the whole purpose of having access to them and them having access to you. That's why we have, whether you have an altar or whether you have a shrine or a picture or something, those pictures are portals where they have access. When you light candles, you're giving them access to your house so they can protect your house. You understand? I have graveyard dirt around my house and different things. Like, people be coming over here. That's why they be getting messed up, because my ancestors believe in cutting, shooting. My grandma stabbed my grandfather. Let me say what he said. She said she stabbed him with an ice pick. She done cut him with a butcher knife. She shot him 9 times for every child she had from him. Like, he said he done all of that, and he still outlived her though. He would never ride in the ambulance. My mom used to talk about that. My grandma did not play. So my family has a very violent streak, if you ain't figured that out. That's where I get it from, on both sides. My daddy believed in whooping you behind, or shooting you, or cutting you and shooting you. That's just how he was. But I try to be nice to people and stuff like that, but I have a very mean streak about myself. And I be like, Lord, this person right here is not worth it going to prison for, not this one. So y'all better handle them. But the part I'm saying about your ancestors, you need, the purpose of why we do the things that we do is to give them access and give spirits that actually care about you. Some of y'all, just like in the natural, you giving the wrong people access to your life and bringing their energy in your life. That's why your life look like what it is. If you get around somebody that want to see you win and really got it for you, and they have access to your life, they're going to make your life better. They're going to make your life easier. They're going to make your life more proficient. They're going to make your life flow a lot smoother. And that's how you can tell that even when whether you're an E5 voodoo center, that's how you can tell whether you done gave the right person access to your life. That's why that's so very important. When you put that glass of water up there, you giving them access, you giving them a portal to move through. You know what I'm saying? When we came to this earth realm, we have to go through water. We have to pass through the rivers of the water. You know, our soul is made of all of these elements and stuff like that. And so whether you give them access through fire, whether you give them access through air, when we burn our incense and do our incense burns, all that, we give them spirit access to change your situation. We burn the healing incense because we want them to have access to our health. We burn triple threat because we want them to have access to 3 aspects of our life. We burn our money incense because we want them to have access to our finance so we can straighten it out. That's why we design it to do what we call conditioning. Changing the conditioning. That's why you do that. Every time I light that incense, I create a portal. When we smoke those cigars, we giving the spirit, because tobacco is for communication to spirit. So when you burn that tobacco, you're getting them access to your mind, because that's the air element, to speak to you, to communicate with you. That's anybody that practices any form of necromancy or mediumship. We all have portals that we utilize to get the information. But I'm very loving and kind, long as people don't start playing around bug out style. Let me tell you something. I don't make excuses for no behavior that I have with nobody. Because whatever behavior I have, you earned it. I'm a real Sagittarius. If I treat you a certain type of way, Like, it's hoes in my church that I don't even treat like hoes, and I know they hoes because I treat people like I want to be treated. I'm a divine hoe. You understand? I am a conjuring hoe. I'm a prayer warrior hoe. I'm an intercessor. I'm a necromancer. You understand? And a romancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good with my arche. You understand? So when I like those things out here at the cemetery, what do I think about smoking weed? Weed is ruled by Saturn. And when you utilize marijuana, you bring Saturnian energy in. And that's still ancestral because Saturn is the black planet. And if you're going to smoke weed, smoking on a Saturday. And smoking in front of your ancestors. Like, if none of my my biological uncles have passed away, but if one of my uncles done pass away, I know one of them, I probably got to smoke a gungeon for him because he loves smoke weed. Then I got a cousin, he got a license to smoke weed, so I know what he want his altar, and he want the real good stuff. Don't bring him that BS. He don't want none of that shake and bake and all them seeds. He want bud. You understand? So know your people. Know what they get down. What's up, Jeremy? What are you doing, Q? I'm out in the cemetery, but I'm talking about accessibility. It ain't just with people. It's with accessibility to nature. Treat nature right. So therefore, when you go to nature, then you have access. Stop abusing their energy. Don't be using their energy for BS. Don't be out here just got your tata praying about stuff over and over and over. Your mumbo, your hugon, whoever. Learn to value their energy and your access to them. Do not abuse that, because guess what? When you really in trouble, like the boy that cried wolf, then they're not gonna give you access. Access denied. We home, but access denied. We got it, but access denied. We heard you, but access denied. Your offerings don't have to be received. I don't know who told y'all in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, the Eguns, they don't have to receive your offering. So when you throw the Pele's or the Obi or whatever form of divination you use, and they come back and they receive it, you need to thank God, because they did not have to receive your offering. I give Brother Mario offering. He don't have to receive that. But I know what he like. I know he like it. So I know he's going to receive it though. But my point is, knowing your spirits and having access to them, that means you know how to treat them. That means you know how to work with them. What? Jeremy said, possible ancestors called me to be a healer. Hold on. I'm waiting I can't keep blaming Shango. I could have got a new phone because I do got insurance on this phone, but I hate all that downloading and redoing all that stuff. Okay, here you go. Apostle, the ancestors called me to be a healer. What does that mean? Now, there are different types of healers. I'm a healer myself, but I'm a divine healer, even though I'm knowledgeable about herbs and different ceremonies and cleansing and stuff like that. But I am a divine healer, which means I have arche to lay hands on the sick and recover. So what you have to figure out is, were they medicine women in your family where, they knew tinctures or baths and stuff like that? Or do you have actually a gift of healing where the supernatural is involved in manifesting healing? So that's the type of stuff you have to know, because a lot of times people think because they're a seer don't mean that you just see spirits all the time. You might be a seer as in you dream. Your vision, you have night visions. You don't have day visions. I have night and day visions. I am of the Anunnaki P and have reception of powers. Lamar. Let me say this. If you are melanated and you are of our actual descent of tribes, I want you to understand this. Having extraterrestrial DNA, divine DNA, is why they were called Anunnaki. That's the whole purpose of that. Being connected to understanding that we were the microcosm of the universe, and knowing how to climb, as they call them, the chakras, and climb the ladders of those astral realms to get to the source of all life, which means that you should be able to access If you are truly operating in Anunnaki energy, then you should be able to access the universe. You should have influence over the moon, the stars, the celestial bodies. And if that's not happening, you just have information. Because not only I'm a weather witch, y'all know like but a storm, I have those power. I can control the elements. I can also affect the extraterrestrial world, because that's where I come from. I keep telling these Negroes my powers don't come from this world. And they still to be trying to work on me with these earthly powers. You ain't gonna beat me. I come from Krypton. You gonna have to come from Krypton to bring it. And you ain't from Krypton. I'm using that as an analogy. You got to be from the source to have the source. That's why, same thing about conjure. That's why we use certain ingredients, because they represent that energy, that frequency and vibration. You can't represent an extraterrestrial if you did not come from that world. That's why, yes, I'm a prophet. Yes, I'm an apostle. Yes, I'm a tata and all that. But at the end of the day, my energy is extraterrestrial. Even though I'm a Sagittarius, moon in Aries and rising sign, I know my Arche. Hold on, somebody said something. But when I awake, I get my messages through the... because you're a water sign, you're fixed energy. That's your portal. Yeah, but Lamont, if you don't have access to that planet, it's same thing about being a Sagittarius. I'm using myself as an example. I should have access to that Jupiter energy. And even though it's not Thursday where Jupiter rules the whole day, there's every day that Jupiter rules a certain time. And so when that time comes, I should have access to that energy at all times. Knowing your planets and having access to the energy at your will is a whole nother lifestyle. And once again, I'm not kicking nobody knowledge, because it's good to know your DNA. But if you can't connect and have access to your DNA, that's like having an account that you ain't got access to. It's money in there, it belongs to you, but you don't have access to it. It does you no good. And that's why white people don't care that you know that you are the children of the sun. That's why white people don't care. They don't care that you know that you are the original people. That's why they don't care. As long as you cannot access your divine nature and utilize it here on the earth plane, you are no threat to them. You might well be Superman with kryptonite stuck in your back and your ass and everything else, because you don't have power to fly now, because you have been weakened. Most of us don't even... You have been kryptonite by a lot of this propaganda that has been going on for centuries. Let me say this also, since I'm on my live. Let me say this. And that's to my Caucasian brothers and sisters out here. Let me say this to you. As a melanated man in America up under your system, let me say this to you. You have 500 years of slavery. You have 500 years of a head start. Don't tell me about how great and wonderful you are, that even now in this day and time, you still got to cheat, you still got to lie, you still got to manipulate, you still got to be underhanded. You had a 500 year head start on all of us. And some of us are still superseding you. Still superseding you. Lamont, I live in the subconscious. That's where I'm trying to explain, I'm a chaos being. That's what the subconscious is. The super subconscious is the chaos energy. It is the divine mother. I know I live it. I channel the power. I promise you, you have never seen me operate in my energy. Ask anybody that's around me, especially when I do graveyard work. Ask my members of my church. The atmosphere responds to me. Anybody that have did ceremony, ask anybody that been in the prayer circle with me. Oh, I bring the divine. Okay, so I'm just trying to. I want to respect, but I need y'all to understand. Nobody cares until you're able to demonstrate whatever it is that you have. That's all that really matters. Knowledge is know-how. Information is just information. But for them to have 500 years head start and you still got to cheat, you still got to lie, you still got to connive, you ain't that great. With a 500-year head start and we still walk you down, you're not a superior. In spite of all the things we have gone through, we have still, as Maya Angelou said, we rise. How you greater? I'll go from one avatar to the next because my energy is eternal. There's a prayer video on here that will send chills down your spine. Yes, sir. He don't know who you're talking to. He'll learn. I hope that he stay. I hope he join my YouTube and my Patreon and actually get some graveyard work. Then I can show him better. Get some graveyard work from me and come back on my live and tell me about the Anunnaki. Okay? Ask Mother Susan how I get down when I'm moving mountains. And she grew up in the church when I was working with Minister Mario. When the doctors had already given up on him. Told him to sign a waiver saying do not resuscitate. And how God moved. He's supposed to have been out of here. Hey, from Ireland, thank you so much. We hear you. All right there. What's up, Karen? Appreciate that. People that really walk in divine power, it is not about talking about it. It's about being about it. And that's including of myself. It doesn't matter what I think about me. If I can't manifest, nobody cares. If I can't bring it to pass, nobody cares. It's all talk until you can manifest it. And that's all I'm trying to say. And not that it's getting night out here, but I got to go. I'm in another county, and I got Shango. I got to take Shango out, and I got to drive all the way home to Port St. Lucie. I'm on the north end of the county because I left Chloe. I had to go to Chloe thing in Port St. Lucie and then drive back to come do her dad's grave. And I don't want to get too dark so I can actually take a picture because Mother Susan going to ask, you didn't send me a picture. You ain't send me a picture. So I got to make sure I get a picture before I leave the cemetery. But I appreciate all of you that support what we do on here. And being a part of our platform. I appreciate you guys having a listening ear and to understand that access and accessibility is by grace. And that we need to be thankful that we have access to certain people, places, and things because it don't have to be like that. And I couldn't imagine living my life without my access to the divine. I wouldn't want to. I see the stuff y'all go through. I would say, Lord, I thank you, because I have way more access than the average person. Okay, so all right, love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to share. Don't give a comment up under there. And if you serious, Lamont, you want to get a consultation. Everything about magic is science and math. That's why a lot of people out here talking their ignorancy, they ain't got no power. They got information, but they don't have power to activate that stuff. So it serves none of us no purpose. If you can't destroy a yoke or remove a burden, I'm personally ain't interested. And I don't want to hear nothing about your dream that you can't bring into a reality. Not interested. That's why I don't care for phone sex. Not that I ain't done it, but it's almost like a lap dance. I don't like to be teased. Because if you show it, you're going to give it. You ain't going to grind on me because I ain't hunching. I ain't hunched since I was a child. So you come grind on me, you finna get popped. On that note, peace out.